Welcome to another episode of Dostcast. My name is Vinamre Kasanaa. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, hit the button. It's a red button, subscribe. Our guest today is known in memes as Pookie Maharaj. By the way, his name is Dr. Anirudhacharya. Anirudhacharya, excuse me, making this podcast was really difficult for me. I'll tell you why. I had a lot of fun. The podcast itself is top-notch. But number one, we went to Vrindavan to do this podcast at his Gaur Gopal ashram. Number two, I conducted this podcast live in front of his 300 to 400 devoted devotees. Now let me explain what happens. Many of you see Pookie Maharaj as a meme sensation. If you listen to 100 things he says, you'll only take 80 seriously. 20 might seem like a joke. Obviously, not everything a person says is worth listening to. But when you approach a God-man with this skeptical, rational, urban mindset, you need a control system, which is our studio. Unfortunately, timing, location, and my own travel plans didn't allow for all of this. That's why we conducted this podcast live in front of his devotees. I was walking a tightrope. I asked him many uncomfortable questions, and I know I saw that rage in the devotees' eyes, where even the slightest movement would increase the hostility. I'm not scaring you. I'm just telling you how much pressure and rush I faced to conduct this podcast today. After this podcast, my appreciation from field journalists has doubled and tripled. Anyway, Dr. Anirudhacharya is a funny guy. He's a storyteller, no doubt about it. He has a very good knowledge of Krishna, Rama, and other deities in Hinduism. He's well versed in the scriptures. In this podcast, we reported that Pookie Maharaj was roasted by Thagesh Singh and Mohak Mongol. What did he have to say about this? Number 1, number 2, why didn't he go to Big Boss? Spicy talks. Third and fourth were about depression, biscuits. He even had some very sensitive things to say about the Kolkata case. This insane but I can't believe it happened episode with Pookie Maharaj begins in 3 to 1 minutes. If you've made it this far, brother, hit subscribe. I'm speaking now, I am one. Thank you very much for inviting me on your stage. And to all my mothers, sisters, and young men present here, I extend my heartfelt greetings. My name is Vinamre Kasanaa. I have a YouTube channel called Dostcast. Many people were eager to speak with Maharaj Ji, Acharya Ji, and I've brought a few different questions that I'll be asking them today. Some will be humorous, some will entertain, and some will even discuss spirituality. So, Acharya Ji, the first thing I want to ask you is, have you heard of Pookie Maharaj? We're hearing from each other. There are so many memes being made about you that you're so cute. People are a big fan of your smile. Have you heard of this before? We're hearing from each other. What do you have to say to those who make memes for money? It's good. People are accepting the services of this servant, the services of Lord Gauri Gopal. And along with accepting the services being offered here, they're also accepting this servant. We are receiving your love and blessings. This is our treasure. Recently, a Bhagwat Katha was held at my home. I just returned from there, so I didn't have much knowledge about what the Bhagwat Katha is about before. Many viewers are watching. Exactly what is the Bhagwat Katha about? The Bhagwat Katha tells the story of the 24 incarnations of God. In the Bhagwat Katha, King Parikshit was a king who was cursed to die in 7 days. What should one do? Then, Lord Sukdev recited the Bhagwat to King Parikshit, advising him that one who is destined to die in 7 days should do nothing but listen to the Bhagwat. Just as lighting a lamp automatically dispels darkness, listening to the Bhagwat will automatically destroy the sins of many lifetimes, and one will attain salvation. Because the Bhagwat contains such knowledge that listening to it purifies one's heart, brings purity, and purifies thoughts. In many places across the country, when people greet someone, they say, Ram, Ram. I noticed in Vrindavan that everyone says, Radhe, Radhe. So, what's the fundamental difference between devotion to Ram and devotion to Krishna? Ram and Krishna are the same. There's no difference, Nimesh. Their eyes are serious. Their eyes are especially restless. There's no difference. Ram's glory is in Ayodhya. Krishna's glory is in Vrindavan. Ram came in Treta Yuga. Krishna came in Dwapar Yuga. The same Ram is Krishna. Narayan became Ram. Narayan became Krishna. The eras have changed, and the places have changed. So, the places have changed. The eras have changed. That's the only difference. There's no difference between Ram and Krishna. You recently made a statement that biscuit means biscuit. Recently, 80 people in Maharashtra fell ill after eating biscuits.
Yes.
So what do you have to say about this? It means your statement turned out to be correct. Yes, absolutely. We said the right thing. We say the right thing. Where do we say anything wrong? Brother, biscuits contain a biscuit. Biscuits that contain a biscuit filled with crushed biscuits. If you eat biscuits, you'll get sick. So eat sprouted grains, eat fruits, eat healthy foods. Why eat biscuits? Biscuits contain nothing but flour, sugar, and oil. Besides these three, what other ingredient can improve your health except cause damage? That's right. Therefore, it's better not to eat them. I have a lot of young viewers. They ask, Pookie Maharaj, what's the cure for depression?
Depression.
What's the cure for depression? Because many doctors insist on medication. They say, meditate, come and sit in front of me for 7 days. No matter how deeply depressed a person is, I will cure them in 7 days. I will cure them without medication. I am the cure for depression. You understand, only I can cure depression. Anyone who comes to you will be free in 7 days. But if someone is depressed and also an atheist, how do you convince them? Quote, if he is an atheist, what is the problem? Come and sit in front of me. It is better to sit in front of me than to take a tablet. Whether he is an atheist or a believer, it does not matter. I will make him an atheist. If he is an atheist, I will make him a believer. What is the big deal in that? There is no atheist. Look at the darkness of satsang in the world. What is darkness? Tell me. Lack of knowledge, absence of light is called darkness. Where there is no light, there is darkness. Similarly, if someone says that I do not believe in God, I am an atheist. No one is an atheist. Just as darkness automatically appears due to lack of light, in the same way, due to lack of knowledge, due to lack of satsang, atheism automatically appears like darkness. The day the lamp of devotion is lit, the lamp of satsang is lit, that atheism will end. You will become a believer. There is no atheist in the world. You make me sit in front of you. How many atheists become atheists in a moment? Then tell me, are you a believer or an atheist? I am a believer. Then it is fine. But there are many people who believe that you can live well and be happy without God. So what would you say to those people? You can live without God. It's difficult for me, but many other viewers have said so. Ask them, can you live without God? They say we can live, we're fine. What does that mean? You can explain. Ga, va, na, ba mean earth, ga means sky, va means air, means fire, na means water. Now you're saying you can live without God, so the 5 elements are God. You can live without air. You can say, I can live without God. Air is God, fire is God, earth is God, sky is God. Now, you can win, you can live. Don't live without air. How will you live? Live without space. The space element within you will be destroyed, you will die. The air increases, you will have an attack, you will die without air. How will you live? How will you breathe? Who is the sun? It is God's eye, as written in the Vedas. You can live without the sun. Tell me, can any crop in the world be grown without it? All farmers depend on the sun. If the sun's light doesn't reach the crops, what kind of harvest will it be? So, God, you're saying, we can live without God. In this world, from an ant to an elephant, no one can exist without God, because air is a form of God. Fire is a form of God. If you consider the earth to be a form of God, then the earth belongs to you, and the earth belongs to your father. It belongs to God. So, let me ask you a similar question. When you think back to your childhood or your boyhood, what was the most difficult moment in your life when you needed God the most? Difficult times are nothing, but God is always needed. There has never been a difficult time in your life, nor in mine. Life has always been carefree. I smile and laugh at anything I feel. I say it directly. I love you all. I never take it to heart. I don't get depressed, I don't get worried. I say whatever comes to my mind. Keeping it in makes me depressed. Keeping it in makes me worry. I'm always worried. My only support is God. I have always relied on God. I am today and will continue to be. I have no one but Him. All these devotees have been sent by Him. You too have come by His inspiration. So I feel that all of you who come here are God in this form. All those present here are forms of God. So, I try. Just like a child tries to write K, and succeeds, I try to see everyone in God, that everyone is God. I practice this myself. Yes, I want a detailed answer from you to one question, and that question is that there are many devotees here too. Perhaps they know little about your past. Where did your journey to becoming a storyteller begin? In the beginning, I used to graze cows in the village during my childhood and cut fodder for the cows and bring it back. Then, whenever I went to graze the cows, I used to take the Gita with me, and I used to climb a tree alone and sing the Gita. I used to sing shlokas. Did someone teach you? Did your parents teach you? Till that time I'm not telling you everything. This is about the time, this year 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006, this is the time I'm talking about, isn't it? 1999, 98 Nabi. This was the time when I used to graze cows. So, when I used to go to graze the cows, I used to recite the Gita, I used to sing bhajans to everyone. What to say of everyone? There was no one except the cows. So the cows would listen and I would recite them. Then, on the 17th of July 2006, I came to Vrindavan for the first time to study. My birthplace is Prem Jha village, near Jabalpur, Madhya Pradesh. I came here to study. After studying here, the Bhagwat Kathas began, and when Bhagwat started, I started reciting the Bhagwat. I started explaining it to people. After that, I saw a situation in society where people were hungry. Some people couldn't even get enough food. Poverty was rampant. Then I thought we should start another area for these poor people, where they could get ready-made food and come daily to receive prasad. So today, another such area operates in Gauri Gopal. 3,000 people eat food per day from morning till evening. You can check it out for free. You can see it. No, everyone knows your contribution. I came to Vrindavan after 15 years, today, just to meet you, to interview you. And when I was outside, the scene I saw was that there were a lot of devotees, but at the same time, there was a lot of poverty and a lot of fighting. So, how can a person remain absorbed in their devotion in this Kali Yuga world? Because outside, there's noise, deceit, theft, robbery, all these things are going on. Look, when it rains, you can't stop it, but you can protect yourself with an umbrella. Similarly, you can't stop thieves, robbers, and sinful acts in this Kali Yuga. But you can protect yourself with the umbrella of good company, devotion, and the grace of saints. So, just protect yourself. Protect your family, and keep explaining to others, son, this is wrong. But if you're going to go, understand that this is the religion of the age. It's the influence of the age. Nowadays, sons aren't listening to their fathers. So, understand that Lord Shiva advised Mother Sati not to test Ram, but she didn't listen and was burned to ashes. So, God should first take away the wisdom of the one whom God wants to inflict suffering. When destruction falls upon a person, the conscience dies first. When Lord Krishna went to convince Duryodhana, nothing happened. Where did he listen? When he didn't listen to God because destruction was looming over him. If he didn't listen to God when destruction is imminent, who will listen to you or me? Destruction is inevitable, but if there is no destruction, God will explain through us. If we explain through you, we will listen to you. Meaning, God, did you understand what I'm saying? So understand that God is trying to explain to you, but if you don't understand, then understand that destruction is looming over your head. That's why you're not understanding. I want to ask two controversial questions because your reels and shots are so popular on social media. Everyone watches your videos. You have millions of subscribers, and your videos appear everywhere. Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. You have so much fame, but in the past, there have been many gurus. A great guru emerged from this country by the name of Osho. Your ideology is the same on marriage. He even rejected marriage. He believed that marriage is a useless thing. What is your opinion on this? No, we do not agree with Osho's ideology. We do not agree with all ideologies. Yes, Osho has his own ideology. But we do not agree with all his ideology and all his words. Because many of his views are contrary to the scriptures. Isn't it? And the scriptures are the proof of the Vedas. You cannot prove the Vedas wrong. You have no such argument. There is no fact on the basis of which you can disprove the words of the Vedas. Marriage cannot be disproven. Mother Sita was married to Lord Ram. It was a Vedic marriage. Lord Krishna was married to Rukmini. It was according to the Vedic tradition. How can anyone deny that? And if they deny it, it means they are violating the Vedas. I cannot violate the Vedas. What should be the duties of both husband and wife within a marriage? What is the duty of the husband? And are
you married?
Not yet. This is for those viewers who are already married, so let me tell you, it will be useful for you. Absolutely, when you get married, first of all, respect your woman. The first thing is that you know that the male class is dominant. The man wants, you are my wife. You are my doormat, quote. Until this mentality is eradicated from society, there is no joy in family life. A wife is not a doormat. A wife is a turban on the forehead. Until a man respects his wife, his married life will not be happy. Therefore, men should respect their life partner, whether she is in the form of a wife, a woman as a mother, a woman as a sister or a daughter. We should respect women. Where do boys these days respect women? Just look, you saw a girl, a doctor's daughter, being raped in Bengal.
Yes, I
wish that boy's mother had taught that boy, instilled in him the values that, son, respect women. Whether you are single or married, it doesn't matter. We shouldn't teach our little children this, or give them the values. Son, respect women. Respect girls. Respect women, quote. When we teach them, they'll learn to respect women. How do boys these days respect women? These days, they think of them as clothes. They change one dress today, and another tomorrow. They keep changing girlfriends like this. Nowadays, girls should also think of them as clothes, not as something that someone can take off and throw away. They wear it, use it, and then throw it away. Why do you need 17 boyfriends? That's why it's said that character is essential. Unless a person has character, a person with good character will always respect women. Those who don't respect women are characterless. Therefore, give your children strong character. Make them character-oriented. So, what is Ram in our society? Ram's character is written. Ramcharitra Manas, the character of Ramji, is read and heard. Who is worshipped in our society? Character. Yes, if you have character, you are revered. If you don't have character, you are worthy of worship. You don't have any worship. For example, there's Indian culture, from which we've benefited greatly, and we all live within it. There's a foreign culture. So, do you think that whatever suffering people are experiencing these days is coming from foreign culture? Or if there are any benefits, there are some benefits in foreign culture too. Look at foreign culture. Foreign culture is nothing but culture. Foreign culture is about dogs and cats. Just like in India, dogs and cats live in Libyan, similarly they live abroad. You must have seen that people abroad have children. They don't marry.
Yes, right.
Question mark. They have 4 children. They didn't marry. They had children without marriage. If they felt like it, they got married, otherwise they had children without marriage, and that's it. If they didn't like their wife, they divorced her and found another. If they didn't like their husband, they left him after 2 children, divorced him, and found another man. Look at this culture here. How do dogs and cats live? How do they live in our country? How do dogs and cats live in your neighborhood? That's exactly how we
live.
In Libya, just say, We live in love. Today with this one, tomorrow with that one, the day after tomorrow with that one. These days, young people are following the same dog-like routine. It's the same in foreign countries. That's why there are no values abroad. There are just people abroad. They eat meat. They behave like animals. You can't call them human there. You're a human. A human is someone who has humanity within them. Someone who has compassion, kindness, and truth. A person who lacks truth, compassion, and kindness is someone who lacks religion. What is religion? Where is religion these days? Within people. Only someone who has religion within them will be considered human. Ram had religion within him, so he's been worshipped to this day. Ravana lacked religion, so he's being burned. So, worship is for religion. Do you have religion within you? What is religion now? Religion is that I should stay with one wife. A woman is celibate, stay with one wife and never look at others. This is religion. Now, you have a wife, yet you've kept a girlfriend. Still you are looking at others. So this is unrighteousness because you raised the topic of living. Well, at this time the biggest living in the country is Big Boss, and I recently read in the news that Big Boss people invited you for their next season and you refused. So I want to know, what is your reason? Because Big Boss is a very popular show. Now look, you told that living is allowed there. Now we do not have to live in living. We are our Dharapatni, sacred wife. We live with our wife. We live with the family. Why should we become a dog or a cat? Should we become a god from a human, or should we become a dog or a cat from a human? Should we become an animal? So from a human we should go where there is a category of God. We should go upwards. Why should we go towards animals? But Acharya Ji, because of this, the teachings you give about Hindu religion are so good that it will be promoted even more. People across the country will know about it. People across the country are already knowing about it. Who is not knowing about it? And after that, people will know a little, and he will make it a little popular. He already invites those who are popular, right? So, how will he make us popular? If we go, he will become popular. He is inviting us. That is why we are not going there, because it does not match our values. Understood? This is a question that comes up often, and it is a bit controversial, that when we think of a guru or a sannyasi in India, we think that he goes and lives in the Himalayas. He wears very simple clothes. He renounces everything. And here you have such a good ashram. You give discourses to people. So, can someone come to God in this way while living a family life? Are you the first? After you, many more such Maharaj Acharyas will come who can do all this on social media and also meditate. Look, in our country, saint doesn't mean the Himalayas. Here, we have Vashistha. Ramji's guru, Vashistha Ji, along with Mother Arundhati, are householders. What kind of guru was Ramji's guru? He was a householder and taught Ram while living a householder. He ran a gurukul. Ramji went to study there. So, these saints are householders. You should follow your religion while living a householder. You are a saint. It's not necessary to go to the forest. Brother, where are the forests left today? In the past, all the villages were within the forest. Yes, it was the same thing in the past, wasn't it? What was there before? You people say that sages and saints lived in the forest. Hey, brother, in the past, all of India was forest. Where were the cities? Every village was surrounded by forest. There used to be villages in the middle of the forest. Initially, everything was forest. Based on that, people developed the mindset that saints live in forests. Now the forests are gone. So where should saints go? Saints belong to a householder community like ours and yours. A saint means someone who has put an end to their desires, who has given up their pleasures, and who lives for the well-being of society. My health is poor, yet I'm sitting with you. Thank you very much. So, it's not our own wish. Still, we're sitting here for your happiness, and we hope that if our words are giving society a positive message, that's a good thing. Because of our efforts, look at Gauri Gopal. What's your age? You're
27, and I'm
3. There's about a 6-7 day difference. Yes. Now, look, you'll see kids my age drinking in the market. What aren't kids my age doing? You're young yourself, you know very well. But imagine a child of your age, at 33, today 150 children study at Gauri Gopal Gurukul. They have free accommodation, food, milk, everything, their education, books, notebooks, everything. The service of 150 children is being provided. There are 280 elderly mothers. You can see this on record with your own eyes. They get medicine, hospital expenses, food, and drink, all for free. 3,000 people are eating the mothers' meals here. If I had gone to the forest because of one person's hard work, how would those children have received an education? Who would talk to you? Who would guide these devotees? We are serving society to the best of our ability. We live in society, and we are also householders. So, while living as householders, we send this message to society. We massage the feet of mothers every day so that young people like you can learn to massage feet. The current culture of massaging feet is over. Completely over. Sons don't even touch their parents' feet. Nowadays, they bow down on their knees. So, what am I seeking? Gauri Gopal is a university where you'll learn not by reading but by observing. You can research here, and see how a 33-year-old works 18 hours a day, serving others. Now tell me, you too will reach 33 one day. Many of your peers will reach 33. Now ask them, son, how many students will you have? At 33, how many? Even serving your mother is great. Massage the feet of the mother who gave birth to you, feed her with respect. If every son served his mother, why would we need old age homes? There was no need. If society became aware, there wouldn't be any need. Nowadays, children run away with married wives. No one looks after their mother, a single father. Who will provide for their old age? Who will? So, when children don't listen to their parents, where will they go? Brother, we need food, because in old age the body cannot work. So, here we serve such mothers. So, you must ask today's youth, son, how much service are you doing at the age of 33, that you are just laughing? You have taken so many good steps. That is why all the elderly women are getting food and shelter. But despite this, there are many Ubers in India who, like you, have millions of subscribers. I can name a few. There are Ubers named Mohak Mangal, Thugesh, and Fing. They have roasted you. They are openly criticizing you. What do you have to say about this? Look, they can criticize. They can do so because they do not want to see the good. When goodness comes, they close their eyes. It is just like a fly that goes and sits on a wound. Similarly, there are some people in society who, not seeing the goodness in Mother Sita, even abuse her. If there were people who spoke ill of Sita in the Silver Age, why can't there be people who speak ill of Aniruddhacharya in this Kali Yuga? They can be. When goodness comes before them, it's not that good things don't come before them. They
definitely do.
But they close their eyes because they don't want to see it. Like Dhritarashtra, God showed him, see, understand, give 5 villages to the Pandavas. Duryodhana said, I won't give you even the tip of a needle. Then Dhritarashtra should have said, why won't I give you, brother, right? But Dhritarashtra didn't. So, let these people be speaking ill, fabricating, and criticizing. But we trust you, that you have eyes. Come to Gauri Gopal yourself and see the services here and show them to your viewers. Show them to your friends. Speaking of service, I want to ask you a few more questions that my viewers brought me. One of those questions is for young people. Many young people fall in love very quickly, and in the process, they often sacrifice everything. People like this ask me, I broke up with my girlfriend. I've been wandering alone for 2 years. I still miss her. She's moved on. What should I do with myself? If you get caught up in girlfriends, you'll be doomed. So don't get caught up in girlfriends. Study. After your studies, get a good marriage and be with your wife at your wedding. If you get caught up in girlfriend-boyfriend relationships, look, I tell everyone this many times, and I tell you this too. If someone asks you, has anyone ever said, I love you?
Many times.
Who? Everyone said, whoever. Your girlfriend is? Not now.
No.
Then who?
Said, I love you. The girlfriend before that said it.
So you're not saying it. Not now. There was a girlfriend before that. She was, yes. So she said, I love you, and left. I left her. That's why I ask, what is the biggest betrayal? I love you. The biggest betrayal is the biggest betrayal in this world. I love you. I love you or I love you. This is the biggest betrayal. Quote, just as a fisherman doesn't cast a net to catch fish. How does he cast it? Just as a fisherman casts a net to catch fish, and many fish get caught in it. Similarly, in society, some boys and some girls cast a net of I love you to trap each other, and many boys and girls get caught, wasting their entire lives in this affair. They don't study. They don't acquire the skills, so they neither stay at home nor at the shore. So, don't get caught up in this I love you trap. Why would anyone love you? You must have heard this line of mine. Yes, 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 yes. Why would anyone love you? Love will depend on your money. If you have money, thousands of people will say, I love you to you. If you don't have money, at least the laborers are doing it. Who is saying, I love you to them? And nowadays, if a girl is beautiful, there will be many who say, I love you to her. If she is not beautiful, there are fewer who say, I love you to her. She's absolutely ugly. There's hardly anyone who says, I love you to her. So these days, people say, I love you based on skin. If you have good skin, you have money and fame, so I love you. If you don't, love. So, whose I love you is the best? Look, it's like this. Our mothers love us the best. Our fathers love us the best. No one in the world can wish well for us as much as our parents do. The boy or girl who didn't love their parents. The boy or girl who didn't love their parents. They washed your excrement for 12, 25 years, some for 5 or 4 years, and raised you. They massaged you. They educated you, took out loans, and put you in good colleges. You didn't love the father whose slippers wore out for you. You didn't love the mother who stayed up until midnight, hoping her son would come, so she could feed him. When we don't love our mother, we say we love a girl we've met 2 years ago and would leave our parents for her. So, is this love or lust? It's lust. Therefore, call it lust. Love, I love you, means lust in today's times. A mother never says, I love to her son, but she does love him. Where there is love, there's no need to express it. That's absolutely true. A particularly large number of middle-aged viewers asked, they have wealth, fame, prosperity, and even worship, but they lack peace of mind. How can one bring peace to the mind? Quote, watch satsang. When you connect with the stories and engage in satsang, you'll laugh a little, smile a little. Nowadays, people have a lot of money but no peace. Do you know why? They don't connect with satsang. Brother, tell me, what are you finding in society today? What is there in society except negativity? Go into business, what is there except competition? You can follow any path. Even children hold competitions in 10th grade. It's the same on YouTube. Who's on top and who's on the bottom in terms of viewership? Competition exists these days. Competition exists. We do our work. We're happy with your progress, and why should we be jealous? We don't try to surpass you. We're happy where we are. We don't want to surpass you, nor are you a competition for us. We don't consider anyone our competition, that we'll compete with you. We just do our work better and be happy. And that said, if you roam the world today, there's nothing but negativity. Wherever you go, there's negativity. You just can't do it. You won't be able to do it. These are just random things. There's a satsang where you find positivity. The day you join satsang, you'll be filled with positivity. After that, there's wealth. Our scriptures say, what do you know about the greatest wealth? So, tell me, what is the greatest wealth? You've already said there are scriptures. Of course, there are scriptures. What is the greatest wealth? Scripture says that knowledge is the greatest wealth, contentment. Cow wealth, elephant wealth, eagle wealth, and precious stone wealth. When contentment comes, all wealth becomes equal. What is the greatest wealth? Contentment. Whatever you have is enough. Others don't even have as much as you. Therefore, you should be happy with whatever you have and continue doing your work. Keep doing good work. One last question, and then you can begin your story. We can begin the question and answer session. That last question is, there are many people sitting at home who haven't reached this level. What is your message to my viewers who will watch this video? Look, wherever you live, what is your purpose? You get married, have children, and have children. For whom do you do all this? At the root of all this is one thing: happiness. If you earn so much and have a family and you're not happy, then what's the point of doing everything? So, I don't need a lot of money. I need a lot of happiness. I don't want to be a man of great wealth. I want to be very happy. I want to be very happy. Don't make your children rich. Make them happy. The day your children learn to be happy, they will earn money. And if they don't learn to be happy, then even after getting money, how many people have you heard of? People have committed suicide. Yes, they have committed suicide. People die. Why do they die, brother? Because they have money, but they lack satisfaction, they lack happiness. They can't smile, they can't share their sorrows with anyone, so they feel that death is the best option. So laugh, smile, and be happy in every situation. If you are happy, you are rich. But if you are unhappy even after living in a rich palace, then the rickshaw puller who lives in a hut and laughs heartily with his wife and family is better than you. Go to the footpath and sit at a distance. I have seen that rickshaw pullers, ordinary people, poor laborers, are so happy that sometimes those who live in palaces are not so happy. They laugh freely and live freely. Their wife sits on the pillion on the bicycle, the husband rides, his wife rides, and both are so happy that you, even in a BMW, aren't as happy with your wife. If your BMW isn't as happy with your wife, then your BMW doesn't matter. What matters is your happiness. So, be happy with your husband, with your wife, with your children, with your mother, with your father. Don't mind what happens. My mother said something, my father said something, my wife said something, my husband said something. Don't mind what the family says. Whatever the family says, take it frankly. Finish it with a smile. If you take it seriously, it will lead to controversy. So, laugh and smile and dismiss it. Accept what you like. If you don't like what your wife says, let it go. Just like when you go to the market to buy vegetables. You buy what you like. You don't buy what you don't like. Similarly, when you get married, your wife will say many good things, and many bad things that you won't like. So, take what you like and let go of what you don't. If you let go, you'll be happy and able to laugh. But if you take even the things you want to let go of, you won't be able to laugh. Then you'll fall into depression. Then you'll need anorudachar, you'll need to listen to the katha. And then you'll come and we'll tell you the katha, and only then will you be free from depression. Acharya Ji, thank you very much for your time. Pookie Maharaj, thank you very much. Thank you very much for coming. Sometimes, in the pursuit of knowledge, people often make mistakes. If I made any mistakes in asking questions,
No, you.
or any devotee felt that I overstepped my bounds, I apologize for that. You asked very good questions and we are satisfied with your questions and you can serve me in whatever way you want by answering them. Just tell my viewers to subscribe once. Brother, you are doing a good job and you all should stay connected with brother. Thank you very much.
Very happy to be here. I have a series of questions.
Yes.
But I want to start off slow and then build up gradually. Something I've just gathered as I was reading through the books you've written, your tweets, and I was glancing through your interviews. I noticed that this India's political establishment, whether it was in the 80s, the 70s, and 90s, and even now, has constantly isolated you and tried to perhaps quell your speech and try to force you to the fringes. But you seem to keep coming back with stronger and stronger vengeance, and perhaps that's become your brand. I want to understand the inception of this. At what point did you start getting blackballed in Indian politics? At what point did you stop towing whatever party line you happen to belong to? And when did you become a thorn in many establishments' side?
Well, first of all, I would like to say that on one issue, there's been no change all through since I entered politics in 1970. I became a member of parliament in 74. I was to be a member of parliament in 1972 itself, but I just come back from America. And my name was not on the voter list, so that's how I couldn't become. I joined a party called Jansangh, which at that time was thought as no future. But then Jayaprakash Narayan came, and I knew Jayaprakash Narayan because when I was teaching at Harvard, he came and the university actually assigned him to me, so to speak, to take him around and so on. So Jayaprakash Narayan started a movement, and he wanted me to be there, and the Jansangh was a relatively small party at that time. The Congress O and Moraji Desai and others were much larger. But I became acceptable to everybody because of the fact that I had been a professor and I had made a big name. I was a joint author with Paul Samuelson and all that. And a thesis advisor of Simon Kuznets, both Nobel laureates. So I didn't have any problem at all, and most people liked my approach in Parliament when I went to Rajya Sabha to begin with in 1974, when I had Mrs. Gandhi almost in tears. In one case, when I showed that Sonia Gandhi was an insurance agent, and all insurance companies owned by government were utilizing her, which is, something which is illegal. And Mrs. Gandhi came quite red-faced and with almost tears, saying that she has withdrawn from all that, which means I was right. They shouldn't have been there in the first place. And that gave a huge boost. Everything was okay then, and then the emergency came, and I've become quite a hero because I went underground. I escaped. They couldn't catch me. They had 18 cases put on me. But I went to America, England, and Canada, 3 English-speaking countries.
Sorry, is insurance agent a euphemism for something else, or she was just
No,
insurance?
she was, selling, say, life insurance for on the LIC or some other issue for a car and all that, and getting the insurance money for it. I mean, the agent money for it.
Okay, but why would she do it as a national politician?
She was not a national politician in 1972.
Okay.
74.
She was an Italian migrant in India?
Who? So Sonia Gandhi?
Yeah.
Sonia Gandhi was married to Rajiv Gandhi that
Right.
time.
Okay.
But neither of them was in politics.
I see. Okay. And then, so when the emergency was declared, you
Yes.
sort of, I guess you, embolden your stance against Indira Gandhi.
Yes.
I don't know about those years. I was frankly born in 97, so I've missed a huge chunk. I've just read some, illustrated books about the emergency that sort of broadly talked about it. But many people talk about it as a particularly dark and trying time in our country's, how do I say it, like in our democracy's past.
Yeah.
How bad was it? Was it like you were fearing for your life all the time? There was chaos and fear everywhere. If you could just describe that, perhaps.
No, if I had fear of my life, I wouldn't have done what I did. One of the things for which I am celebrated amongst the still people who are old enough to be adults at that time was, despite a Interpol notice on my name, I had gone to America and I was campaigning there. Then I went to Britain and Canada. So Mrs. Gandhi got, Interpol notice issued on me. Yet I managed to come into India go into Parliament and make a 30-second speech and disappear and go back to America. And that is what most of the elderly people remember today. Because that was, I was called Scarlet Pimpernel, I was called all kinds of things all over the world, because all the democracies were focused on what's happening in India. So that changed everything. So it was not I was living in America, I was living in Canada, I was living in, and I was living like anybody else there, and the Indian community was totally backing me. So therefore, I lived in houses of Indians, and I never had any problem. My wife had a lot of problem because in my house everything was attached. So she had to sit on the floor, and the school. We had two small girl children. One is Suhasini, who is now an editor, and the other is Gitanjali, who is in the United States as a lawyer. So these two had to go to school. So my wife had to take them, and she was very brave. And she's written a book herself on her experiences, which are worth reading, where she describes on a daily basis all that she went through. So, but in the end, we won. So everybody's forgotten everything.
Yeah. So you must be 8 years old, roughly, when India gained independence.
Yes. I was born the end of September of 39.
39, yeah. So Wikipedia was right in this way, because usually it's famous for inserting itself in places it should not belong in. It's, I think, with how fast technology is going, there seems to be an amnesia when it comes to our history. Like, I think when I was a kid, I used to read about India's independence and India's Republic Day, where I was just sitting with my team and asking them, who are the CMs of the 29 states in India? And they could only say Eknath Shinde and Devendra Fadnavis and Yogi, because they were sort of prominent CMs. And they thought Kejriwal is still the CM of Delhi. But nothing against my team. They can name all the PC brands when I asked them. It just shows that not only them, but also me, we're like quite, we have a lot of amnesia. But for someone who was an 8-year-old during the independence, what were those years like? Like, what was it like? Did the parliamentary security officers not catch up?
No, they had no idea I was coming.
Okay.
So when they saw me, they asked me, have you been let off? Sahab, chut gaye. So I said, 20 सूत्री कार्यक्रम में लिखो गए माफीनामा तो सबको छोड़ देते हैं. I didn't say I did it, but I left that impression. So they got puzzled. So then the second thing is that the normal police strength in the parliament was very low that day, because Sonia Gandhi, Sanjay, that the brother of the other brother of Rajiv Gandhi, Sanjay Gandhi, he was holding some rally in near Supreme Court, and so all the policemen had gone there.
Okay.
So there was hardly any police in thinking. By the time they woke up to the watch and watch staff couldn't decipher. Here's the man who's just walking in. One of them said to me, "Aap chut gaye, sir."
Yeah.
So I said, "Haan, kaun?"
So you were quite brazen.
I was very cool. I walked in. The important thing was that I went in just as the time this speaker was naming the people who have been dead in the interim.
Right.
So I got up and said, "Mr. Chairman, you have forgotten that democracy also has died." So he said, "There's no argument." And he said, "Everybody stand for 2 minutes silence," because that was the last item.
Right.
Of mine. It was timed that way. So in that time I walked off. And these people are all stunned. They don't know what to do. Yeah. And by the time they woke up, got their act together, I was already on a railway train to Bombay.
And so help me understand this. Where did this lack of fear come from? Was your father and mother particularly fearless as individuals? Did they instill certain values in you? Because if I think about myself today, I think about the state as this giant megalith, and I think about myself as an individual as very small, and I can read the Constitution cover to cover, but I still won't be able to wield my rights in a way where I feel secure to even go against the state, right? So I feel powerless in front of the state.
No, I told you from childhood I was fearless. I went to Turkman Gate when the riots were going on and stayed there for almost the whole day and nearly got lost and luckily found my way and came out.
Yeah.
There have been all through incidents that I'm today opposing Mr. Modi, which no one else in my party would dare to do.
Yeah.
So I think there has been a streak that couldn't care less. I mean, it is basically I just couldn't care less. Nobody in my place of being a professor at Harvard leave America and come. I came.
But are you like many people are very eager to please? They're eager to be liked, and well, diplomacy is a helpful trait when you're in politics.
Yeah.
Are you okay with being isolated and being misunderstood? And
I don't know what this is. Only my enemies say I'm isolated. I've been
your
to
wife
Parliament.
said it in the book. She said you were ousted from political
No,
life again.
listen, that is where the issue comes. I was certainly targeted by one group of people. And they got away with, imposing things on me. But then times changed. For instance, in the emergency, Mrs. Gandhi got me expelled from Parliament. I was elected into Parliament, and she got a resolution passed in Parliament to expel me. Now, later on, she held the elections, and she lost the election, and I won from Bombay with one of the largest margins, and as a hero. I came back, and the first thing that I did was to get a resolution passed expelling her and putting her in TR jail. Now, how can a man like me be afraid when he finds the events in his life has always been, I bear it for some time, and then suddenly I get what I want.
Yeah, for me it is very surprising for you to be in one of the big tent political parties of the country and to openly criticize
Yes.
the very leader, the very, benefactor, the chief supremo, the prime minister of the country, and yet not have your membership revoked.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I think there are two aspects to it. One is that today's Prime Minister, there was a time when he used to come to the railway station to pick up my bags to take me to a safe place during the emergency.
As an RSS...
As a RSS worker. As an RSS pramukh.
so you've seen him rise, and so you...
Yeah, I've seen him from a long time. He was in Vidyarthi Parishad in 1972. And I came to address that meeting, and he was the one who was that time was rolling out the carpets. So I've known him throughout, and it was very cordial all through. The day he became Prime Minister, I don't know what happened to him. And that's true with almost everybody else, whether it's Advani or Jethmalani or any of these people. He turned against them. He just didn't want anybody else around except sycophants. So that's where the problem has come. Now, today, it's going to be very difficult because there was a time when I was expelled, and that's when Vajpayee created the BJP out of the Janata Party and said, no, Swami can't come in. Because I was talking about his very weak, his drinking alcohol, his chasing women, all that.
But do you think that making personal attacks that have nothing to do with their politics, is that not like a flavor that many people would not want to entertain?
If it is in your party's documents that you should not you should abhor alcohol, and that you should not be fooling around with women. All these things are there in my party's platform. So nobody can say that this is not. And I think in our country also we have this personal life is not for politicians free of being in the public life.
Interesting. I do not know if you refer to the foreign minister as a waiter.
Yes.
I don't know why that was. I would love to know what you think about Modi not being invited to Donald Trump's inauguration. I think, and you yourself said on your Twitter that he actually rallied on behalf of Trump when they jointly had a few public engagements.
Yes.
Is that not a bad like a perception for India for being such a big, powerful country in the global stage, with the narrative being said that it's India's century, it's India's decade, whatever, and not being given an invite?
Well, I knew it was coming.
Why is that?
What happened is Mr. Modi in September last year decided to go to the United Nations. And according to my information, which I think is accurate, he had called up Biden to say that he would like to come to Washington, have a meeting with him, and then go to the UN. Biden told him, I am going to be in my hometown of Wilmington in the north, which is a little south of New York. And we can have a meeting there of the Quad, the 4 nations which were formed. So, therefore, they went and had a meeting at Quad. Now, when the word came out, our people, moment something America, they're putting it out everywhere, including in the bathrooms and toilet rooms and so on, So, it was all over America. So, Trump was that time underdog in the whole matter of the elections. And this I'm talking about last September.
Yeah.
And he made a statement, Modi is coming, he's my friend, I'm going to meet him. And so Biden took umbrage at that, and so must have said something to Modi. And Modi made a public statement, which I thought was totally indiscreet, saying, no, I'm not going to meet Modi, Donald Trump.
He said it in public?
Yeah, publicly. And that time I told all my friends, that's the end now. If by chance Trump comes back to power, Modi is going to be the hardest hit. Because, people are saying, they're great friends, they're all pals, this, that. I said, it's all gone. With Trump, either you're all the way or none of the way.
Damn. No, yeah, because despite everything, Trump went on a podcast. It's called The Impulsive Podcast. It's Flagrant. It's a podcast run by a few comedians. And he was talking about how all the world leaders he's met are killers. He described Modi as being someone that would look like your father, but can be very, very brutal, right? So he spoke very affirmingly about him. But not being invited is a clear indication. And then you also said that the Indian establishment had to literally beg to be given an invite, and so the foreign minister is attending along with the ambassador.
Yeah, he's attending in the enclave, that is the area which is being put for those people of different countries whose embassies are there. So each embassy has been given a couple of seats. So he's taken one of them, and he's sitting next to the ambassador of India, and right at the back.
Damn.
And it is not something that they've asked him to do, nothing. When he came on a mission, in fact, the more important thing is that the foreign minister refused to meet him. He said, you have not come for foreign affairs matters, so I don't have to meet you. He asked for a meeting with him, but he refused to meet him. All this doesn't come here.
This looks like a diplomatic affront. What do you think? Because for whatever reason, I love Trump. I think he's a fantastic communicator. I think he's going to make America solid. I think he's going to make Americans feel like what they've always believed, that they're exceptional. And now every country is going to either cower under fear and just, either fall in line. What do you think this means for India?
Well, for India, we have lost already much before what happened with Mr. Trump. You see, you try to create the impression that we are with the Americans in the very beginning.
Yeah.
So Biden got excited and created this quad, four of the Japan, Korea, United States, India, Australia.
Right.
Not Korea, but it's Australia. Now, and he was very excited that, like a NATO, he has got one in the eastern part. The next thing Biden finds out is this guy has gone to meet Trump. He's gone to meet the Russian monk. Say no, this is just a get-together body, and it's not a strategic matter, and so on. One big drop for him there. Second thing, the Chinese crossed into what is undisputed Indian territory.
Correct.
And took over 4,000 square kilometers. And now they're building, houses there. And we have now signed an agreement agreeing to their take over that land. But they will not produce a map.
So I was going to ask is if we have the
No
India.
map is allowed. I've tried. I've gone to court. And I said I need to know the latest map of India. What is the difficulty? And the court cannot say no to me. But they just, this adjournment. So this is the thing that he has sold out to the Chinese because of some things that happened when he was chief minister, and he had been 10 times in some 8 years of being chief minister. And the man who received him was the ambassador of India, and that was our present waiter.
Yeah. Do these people never come and say to you, how dare you say that about me? When you
How
meet
will
them
they say that?
No, I mean, when they meet you
Reputation.
publicly, privately.
No. If they're asking me, they know that they have done wrong things in the past, silly things, where they played a role as, say, foreign secretary, cutting me out of this and cutting me out of that, not allowing foreign leaders who give names whom they want to meet. Any of those, my name is cut off. And if I go abroad, say to China, they'll give advice to the ambassador, don't give him the time of the day. So those are the things which irritated me, yes.
So it looks like you're a free agent even within the BJP, where...
Yeah. No, I wouldn't say I'm a free. I'm ideologically a darling of the BJP. That is the RSS types of people, those who are committed to an ideology. For them, I'm a hero. And if they were to expel me, well... They will have there will be a lot of... I'm sure they have discussed this matter. And the RSS must have taken a very strong stand that ideologically he is totally with us. It's only if his ideologically variation, then we can think of expelling that we have done to so many others.
Allow me to frame a long drawn-out question, because I've met members of the RSS in Mumbai, where I also stay. People will hate me for saying this. Some of them gentlemen who came and met me, I really liked them. Because they said, we don't want publicity. We want to do this quietly. This is what we believe in. And, since I've hung out a lot with members of the New Right in India, they've helped me understand what Hindutva is. And this is roughly the definition I've gotten. It is an anti-caste movement that unites Hindus across all caste lines, where caste becomes irrelevant. But on the other hand, the left views it as Hindu supremacy or militant Hinduism that often is based on violence. So if you were to perhaps help me understand, according to you, what is Hindutva? Removing the strong political flavor, how it's being used as a football between two sides.
No, the question in Hindutva was actually right from the 19th century. It has been a word which has been used, and many of our scholars have used it. Many of our known leaders have used it who fought the British. We say there are some values of Hinduism which constitute what is Hindutva. One is that one man can marry only one woman.
Okay.
There have been instances of 2, 3, etc. But, I'm not talking about Ram, for example, went all the way because of one woman. He was a king. He could have easily have married any number.
Right.
But the model is Rama. Okay? And so they're like this, you see, or most of our, whether it is our gods or whether it is our great men and so on. Take the Pandavas, you see, the struggle with the Duryodhan. And each of them had their own status. And so I would say Hindutva is a model for behavior. And that means men and women are equal. And we give the example of Durga, the three goddesses who stand for education, stand for finance, and stand for battle. And of course, you got Kali, who's the extreme as a continuation of Durga. So, what we want every Hindu to know is that there is no one God. All gods are there. There is not one religion in the world. All religions lead to God. So we don't make any distinction. It's only when you forcibly convert somebody that we object. We Hindus will never forcibly convert anybody.
You can't. There's no...
No, if you want to be a Hindu, you have to just declare.
Yeah, sure.
You say, I'm a Hindu, you're a Hindu.
Yeah, it's a way of life that doesn't really require a ritual.
The way of life has become a bit hackneyed. You see, it's not a way of life, it's a theology. There's a theology, there is a strategy, there's so many other things.
What's an etiology?
Theology,
right.
Theology, strategy, so many things are there. Hindus have how do you treat an enemy? One of the mistakes we made was to forgive many of the Muslim leaders who came here, got defeated, and then we said, okay, you can go. And they are the ones who then came back and finished us and took over. Not the whole of India, but a good part of India. So I would say that within our own country, if you look at the Mahabharata story, just what is put out in the media and all that, you will find that they have tents on either side in the vast area. And at night time, they all go and go back to their tents, sleep for the night, wake up at 3 o'clock. In fact, they say Muhammad Ghori succeeded with India because he realized that every morning at 3 a.m. the Indian soldier will get up and have a bath and do his puja and then come when the sun rises to fight. So he attacked at 3 after losing, I think, 3 or 4 times. Some people say 17 times, 18 times.
They had a code of war which was misused by a barbarian.
That's right.
Yeah.
He took advantage of it.
Okay.
So this civilization aspect is something that we have to. And today, women are in so many key positions. They've come up where in other countries they have not. Even in the West, women don't have the kind of power that the Indian women have acquired in this last 70, 80 years.
Then why is this term used as a pejorative term by the other side?
That
Hindutva.
No, they have pejoratives because you're going to be kept out. If you don't adopt it, you will be kept out. And if you are kept out, then of course you will be nowhere because this is a growing matter. I mean, where Jansangh was nothing, now we are a all India party in every corner of India. And now people are more openly talking about, I'm a Hindu, So I think the liberals brought up in the Western tradition are losing ground, and they are very unhappy about it.
But is there something redeeming about the liberal Indian that you're like, this is a good redeeming quality about the other side?
But I'm more liberal than all of them. My wife is a Parsi.
Right.
My daughter is married someone who has a Muslim name. I don't know whether he's a Muslim or not. Nor did I ask ever. His mother is Hindu and father is, he says, I'm an agnostic. He was a foreign secretary of our country. So I've, all kinds of people in my family. But nobody ever tells me that you're a fanatic, you're a mad fellow, you're ruining the country. None of that.
Have you been following what's happening in the UK with the Islamic grooming gangs?
I know about that. No, Islam. See, there was a book written by one of the Harvard professors, Huntington, his name, who said the clash of the eternity or something like that. It's a book with something on the where he says that ultimately what's going to happen, that's what he says, that the Muslims will be at war with the Christians, the Jews and the Hindus. And it's a very big book. It's a Harvard University publication. You should read it. So it's increasingly becoming like that.
Yeah.
That the only country where the Muslims are in a place or know their place is India.
You yourself said in a Vice interview about 4 years ago that if the Muslim population increases beyond 30%, it is a problem.
Yeah.
To which the interviewer just had a strange expression. No, but it is a pretty bold statement because do you never wonder about like an Indian Muslim born in the country, very much of our ways.
Yes.
If this Indian Muslim constantly hears these things again and again, does that not lead to more radicalization than less?
Well, how can it? The country's partition was based on those Muslims who don't want to live with Hindus. But those who wanted to live with Hindus, they stayed back. Otherwise, the partition was India, Hindu-Muslim. And Ambedkar was very, very clear on that. Otherwise, don't do it, he said. But slowly, because Jawaharlal Nehru wanted a electorate which will be, prone to him, I think the Muslims stayed, but the Muslims never had the economic development. So they produce more children than those who are better off. I don't believe that Muslims deliberately have more children. I think that when you are poor, you are going to have more children.
It's the same tendency for ghettos across the world.
Yes, that's right, correct.
Yeah,
absolutely. So the Muslim is a person, if he wants to be part of India, culturally he should be a Hindu. Means, he should not have any forced attitude which makes everybody feel that either you are this here or there. Now, you see, one of the beauties of the Ram Mandir matter, which I initiated originally.
Yeah, which you've often mentioned was wrongly Mr. Modi stole the credit for.
Yeah, of course, he'll steal credit. It's a pathological problem. It doesn't matter. But the whole country knows. I mean, the Hindus know that. I had only raised this issue that I have a problem in giving up Ram Mandir because Ram, according to my faith, was born there. I can't go anywhere else and build another Ram temple, which is one of the proposals that had come. But a mosque is a place to read namaz, and namaz can be read anywhere, including in your drawing room or even in an aeroplane.
Correct.
So if a mosque is shifted, no harm is caused to the religion. And there's only 3 places where I know where we have to use that same place where a mosque was built by demolishing a temple. One is Ram Mandir, second is Krishna Janamabhoomi, and the third is Kashi Vishwanath. These 3, if the Muslims give up, I can tell you every Hindu worth the name will stand up for anybody trying to do anything wrong to a masjid or to a Muslim.
You're saying if you correct these 3 past wrongs,
That's right.
yeah, but then you also invoke many others who will then not stop at just that.
Well, that's in a democracy, they are not going to succeed.
Okay, let me ask you this. Since I was gathering some research on you, and I used some AI this time.
Yeah.
I said I'm very intelligent. So you give me something about Dr. Swami that is not controversial, that perhaps highlights some of the things he's done on the academic, economic, and legal front. I asked this to my AI. And it mentioned, again, something maybe semi-controversial. It said, you've actually lobbied many times to remove the word secular and socialist from Indian Constitution's preamble.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because it was not there when we put the preamble. So how can you insert it? Have a new constitution. Scrap this one. Because the preamble is something that was given to us according to the then leaders of the country by the people. That within this framework, you build a constitution. So the preamble doesn't have any reference to secularism and socialism. It's not that it escaped their memory or their attention. Ambedkar, who was given the charge for the bill to bring the consensus about, he very clearly says that secularism and socialism has been rejected by the people who asked us to make the constitution.
How was it inserted then?
It was inserted by Mrs. Gandhi in the emergency.
Really?
Yes, 100%. And now people are, we went to court saying that this is, not there in the original thing, and you cannot now say the preamble. Preamble is something that was done at that time, and it cannot be modified because those people are all gone. You can scrap the constitution and build a new constitution. But some of the judges even didn't agree. They said, no, it'll cause a riot, this thing, that thing. I said, what do you mean it'll cause a riot? We have said all religions lead to God in the preamble. But we have not said secularism. Socialism is an ideology. There's no question. How can you put that in? We have not said capitalism in the earlier version of the Constitution. But these people now want that also to be put in because it was put in by Mrs. Gandhi and the Congress people have been rooting for it. They're foolish people because ultimately it will go.
I think what secularism, the term, does is allow an entire side of politics to rally against the Hindu right and Hinduism as a definition, which largely works on a majoritarian style of politics.
Yeah.
Right, so it's very, because I've seen many of my friends on the left are like, but bro, we are going away from secularism. I was like, what do you mean by that? And they don't have a definition or an answer. It just means, they say it means where everyone lives equally.
That's there in the Constitution, before secularism came.
Okay.
Please read the preamble.
So you're saying it's just a political tool right now, that's why you want to get it out?
Yeah. Yes, it was forced on us in the emergency when none of us could participate in the election. I had gone underground, others had gone to jail. And, how can we honor it? You can't today get it passed in Parliament. I know that for sure. At that time, almost everybody either in jail or boycotting the Parliament in the opposition. They got it passed.
In my generation, there are not too many combative public intellectuals. And your Twitter bio says, I give as good as I get.
Yes, that's
right. Can you help me understand? What is that? Is that a way of life? Is that a motto?
Yes, if anybody is rude to me, I'll be rude to him. If anybody is being nice to me, I'll be nice to him.
No, but my question is there space for genuine intellectual combativeness in the country?
It depends. I have no problem being in intellectual combat because I get invited everywhere. In speaking engagements, people who disagree with me, they say we like your economics, but we don't like your politics. Like that, they try to soften the blow. But the fact is that I think in India we need frankness. We need to tell people what we think. And you have a right to disagree and still be friends. And I have a very large number of friends. You see, even whether it's Congress Party or the Communists, or all of them, when they meet me, there's utter cordiality.
Yeah.
Because they believe that I'm genuinely of this view and not doing it for any political purpose. And so they discuss, and they also know that I know the subject. I can argue with them, I can tell them, so on.
Was it difficult to change your ways when you first entered politics?
No, because at that time I felt that the socialism was a danger.
Yeah.
And I didn't say anything about secularism. I married a Parsi. I have a son-in-law who says...
No, I mean that you come from academic stock. Let me put it like that.
Yes.
And there are many, like you in your book, the Economic Reset book about India's economy.
Yes.
You were saying that there are many things you don't like about Modi, but what you do like about him is that he, sort of rose from the masses. He had humble beginnings, right? And that is a very different kind of a politician. I'm not saying that you had humble or royal beginnings, but you were clearly from an academic stock, where it's first Indian Statistical Institute, and then Harvard, and then IIT, right?
Yeah.
Unlike him, who's just, from the masses, from the very streets.
Yeah.
So that way, was it difficult to change the way you view the world? Perhaps there's politics on paper, and then there's real politic.
No, at that time I felt that Sonia Gandhi-led Congress is dangerous for India. And I know a few things about Sonia which troubles me, because Rajiv Gandhi and I were very good friends. Everybody knows that. And he wasn't keen on going. I was at that time a minister. Chandrasekhar was Prime Minister.
He was the Minister for Commerce and Industries.
Yes, and also law. I had told Rajiv, it was Rajiv who made us. In fact, he wanted me to be the Prime Minister. But I told him I don't have MPs. And so he said, okay, in 1 year I'll help you collect the MPs.
He wanted to make you Prime Minister.
Yeah, everybody knows that at that time. And he, in fact...
Why not take the position for himself?
No, he felt that he should come through an election. He had this... he was very, very sure that he can't be a party where... he wanted an absolute majority.
He didn't want to be a dynast.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think this is the first time I'm hearing someone speak about him like that.
He was a wonderful man, I tell you. We lost a very good man. Because he came without any knowledge of politics, but he picked up very fast. And this Ram Mandir business was the first time it was shown on television when Rajiv Gandhi was Prime Minister. No Indian Prime Minister other than Rajiv Gandhi would have dared to do it at that time.
Yeah.
So, they would have called secularism. But he said, no, this is mass. And he showed it. So Mahabharata also was shown by him. And later on, he even allowed the Vishwandu Parishad to build the base of a temple. He said, I will get it through Parliament and then we can do it. So that is the... I think if there's one person's premature death that I regret very much in politics, it's Rajiv Gandhi.
Hypothetically, if... I wrote this down, so I'm glad that we're doing this. Is he upset at someone? Is it?
No, he wants to come in, so
we can let him in. If that's fine.
So Anamika, ये EV को देख लो, अंदर आने चाहते तो आने दो.
Yeah, no stress.
But नहीं तो बाहर ही है तो अच्छा है.
He knows
ठीक है, देख लो उसको.
Yeah. So I was saying,
Yeah.
See, everyone likes you for your economics, there is no doubt, right?
Yes.
You've done substantial work on it.
Yes.
Should she come in?
Okay.
All right, let him come.
What's up? Friendly.
Come on, Evie.
So everyone knows you for economics. If you were made PM now,
Yes.
you know, if you were to do a list of reforms and the canvas is wide open, what would you do?
My first step would be to abolish income tax. It's the root cause of all the gangrene that is there in our society.
But there are other countries in the world which are also democracies that also have an income tax.
So what? We are in a different situation altogether.
Which is what is the situation?
First of all, there's no income tax in agriculture. There's a
lot of foregone revenue in agriculture, right? For non-poor farmers.
No, whatever it is, there's no income tax. All right. Now, in the income tax, there are so many deductions and all allowed, which only someone who can pay for a person.
A good CA, a smart
a good CA, yes. And then you end up paying nothing. There was a time when the Birla used to pay only 18 rupees as tax. So I think we are not equipped to collect income tax. And therefore it is unnecessary thing. There's corruption that caused by it.
But how would the governments make their money? How would they?
There are plenty of money. Where is the money shortage? Tell me one thing.
No, but like...
All right, you just say that I will pay 9% if you put your money in the bank. You will get more than anything you want. There are thousands of ways. I've been in government enough, both with Narasimha Rao and Chandrasekhar, that the country just lacks innovative thinking, that's all.
I would love to not pay income tax.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
I will abolish it if I was the Prime Minister, as you say.
Yeah.
Or even Finance Minister, because no Prime Minister will come my way. Or would dare to tell me you can't do this. I would first thing I would do is abolish income tax.
And what would you reinstate it? What would you have in its place?
Collect it. It will come by collections. Sales tax are there. So many other taxes are there. They're all people will happily will give you. I'm telling you, there will be so much celebration in the country you can't believe.
Will this not reduce our revenues? I'm sorry, I don't know enough.
No, it
That's
doesn't. The revenue comes as a product of the growth rate. If your growth rate now accelerates to say 8%, 10%, I think 10% is easy for us. I've been saying this for a long time. I said it in that book also, Reset book. I think you'll cover the money.
What else? So you would abolish income tax?
I will abolish income tax. That's all I need to do. I will just say the fixed deposit for middle income groups, the rate of interest paid to them would be 9%, not the present 4% or 5%. And I will make sure that those who want to build assets, whether it's a factory or a house or a school, the rate of interest charged by public sector banks will be only 2%.
So you would incentivize everyone who wants to be a builder in the country to build more.
That's right.
Then what would you do about the poor in our country, which are, if I were to say it...
Poor in the country need only one thing, they need employment.
They don't need handouts, they don't need welfare?
No, not at all. You're just ruining them by doing that.
And how will so many, with the most populous country in the world, how will all of these poor get employed? Isn't that a monstrous challenge?
If a person thinks that I build a factory and I'll make a profit and I won't have to pay this man and pay that man, you will see employment growing up. We are the cheapest. Look, Indians are going everywhere in the world and getting employed. Why? Because they are the finest workers. Here the fellow is afraid to employ. He says, oh, there'll be a trade union, I will be fixed, every night they will wake me up and harass me, all that. Of course it's much less than thanks to Narasimha Rao. But otherwise during the earlier socialist period, it was horrible.
So you would allow builders to build, you would give the poor employment.
Yes.
You would abolish income tax.
Yes.
What else?
Lower the interest rates for borrowings
to
2%.
Okay.
and fixed deposit to 9%.
Okay. It's going to be a fun time if that happens.
Yeah, it will be. That's why people are afraid that once I get in, I may not get out.
As far as the social life of Indians are concerned, what changes would you make?
I would certainly like to see men and women as equal. I would like to see them get equal education. And I'll be very rough with those who engage in physical crimes against women by probably having, and this you're not going to broadcast, but I'm going to tell you, by amputating their penis.
I can broadcast this.
All right.
Yeah.
Say that any man who rapes a woman, and it's proved by the Supreme Court as having done so, he should have his penis amputated.
Do you not think this is a very Arabic style of doing it?
Is it Arabic? I don't think so.
No, the Arab world does it a lot. No, when they
do all kinds of things. What they do to their women, I don't even speak about.
Sure.
It is not to promote the safety of women.
Yeah.
It is something else, to create terror. I don't want to create terror.
Yeah.
I say just don't do horrible things to women, that's all.
How would you change our foreign policy?
See, foreign policy, let me tell you, is there is no question of a policy. We have to ensure that our land is totally protected. At this stage, either the Chinese should vacate or we should go to war. If we can't go to war today, we should go to war 5 years from now. And we should befriend the democracies more than we do with dictatorships. We can have a good relationship with dictatorships, but the real friendship should be with the democracies. For example, today Ukraine is fighting Russia. Ukraine is a democracy. It's a functioning democracy. And this Putin, he's a mad fellow. He does horrible things. I mean, all the dissenters have been now given poison and killed. So how can you be friend with a government which is based on this kind of barbarity? So go for the democracies, build with them. There are a hell of a lot of them. Japan, right from Japan, Korea, Australia, all the way. You have people, Sri Lanka. We have so many democracies in the world. Bring them all together and interact with them, do business with them.
So you're saying what we're doing right now by befriending Russia, and also we're playing a tightrope.
No, we're not playing a tightrope. You're blackmailed. That's why you're doing this. And I know what the blackmail is, and I'm not going to tell you on camera.
Wait, you're saying India is blackmailed?
India is blackmailed, Modi is blackmailed.
Okay.
He can't stand up to the Russians or the Chinese.
Yeah. I have met...
has Modi allowed anyone to publish? Even the parliament is not allowed. When I was in parliament, I raised this question. When I went to court, I raised this question. I am not being told how much land the Chinese have occupied, which is undisputed so far. It was undisputed land in Ladakh. They have occupied a large amounts. They have built their hutments for their soldiers there. Have you said a word? Has it come in the newspaper? Can you show it? You won't be allowed to go there. And I know many friends who are not. They are real cowards, but they are not sycophants of Modi in the government, who tell me you're absolutely right, but we can't do what you can do.
There are people who work in military intelligence and otherwise, and I've also read many papers which talk about a kind of a narrative war that China and Russia wage against us. More China than Russia, I think, where they, perhaps would use our populace and infect their minds with the ideas of communism, socialism, where they, instill pro-China attitudes in very subtle ways, where they, like in many countries. One example I often give is my American friend and I were once sitting in our Boston house, and he was doing some research for an American firm that investigated in U.S.-China relationships, and I think he went a little too deep. He wrote a 20-page paper, and then suddenly his laptop screen just went black. And a message in Chinese came, and then the laptop was zapped forever. No one could recover it. So that was the extent of perhaps the viciousness with which the Chinese attack.
No, Evie. Jump. No.
Has he seen something?
No, she's trying to attract attention.
Oh, okay.
Sit down.
Oh, it's a she. I'm so sorry.
It's a she.
So sorry I misgendered her.
No. Yes.
What do you think China has on our country? What is its strengths compared to ours?
Well, first of all, they, as far as the Northeast and Ladakh is concerned,
Territorially, they've expanded.
they just come with their army, right? And you haven't got the guts to challenge them. Then, in good parts of Gujarat, they are running factories for plutocrats.
What are plutocrats?
Plutocrats means Modi's great friend who's now in trouble in America.
Okay.
So they are financing them. They finance a lot of our intellectuals to travel to China in the present circumstance. There was time when the Chinese were flowering. Deng Xiaoping's time, when they even agreed to my demand that Kailash Mansarovar should be opened. And
Yes.
it was opened. I was the first one to go. And so now it's a totalitarian state. And they are looking for quislings, and they are finding them. And we are, the Americans know that the Indians don't have the appetite to fight the Chinese, otherwise the Americans would come and support you. So they are dealing directly with China. And the Russians are total stooges of the Chinese. Take that as my word, but you'll realize it sooner or later.
It's the other way around, that a country far smaller in size, sandwiched between two major powers, actually has Russia as its stooge.
Yeah, the Chinese have Russia as a stooge.
But like, how is that possible when it comes to the physical?
The British were this small. They got the whole.
No, but
of
what do the
India.
Chinese have?
The Chinese have a large number of things. They the amount they buy from Russia, no other country buys. The Russians came out of a major. After all, this is not the old Soviet Union. It's a breakup in which Putin is always on a thin ice because he is not come by any legitimacy of a great popular leader. He was a KGB man.
Correct.
Yeah. Took Sonia Gandhi to St. Petersburg as a fellow KGB. She was also working for KGB. So he has got him, and Putin finds it very, very, very nice for him. The Americans can't do anything to him because the Chinese might intervene for his favor.
Is there someone in the world, a world leader, who is truly at the top, who's truly free?
No, the United States is by and large the freest. But we can be anytime. We have the potential.
So everyone keeps talking about this India potential story, this India century, this India decade.
Yeah, but there's nothing. If you stop buying anything from China and tell the Western world, I will do this, but you will have to compensate by selling it at a decent price to us. And the world will respond.
And yet we're sitting at this, and since you're a trained economist, maybe
Yes.
help me understand this.
Yes.
A dollar is 86.55 rupees today.
Yeah, it should
Last I
be 8
checked.
rupees only.
It should be 8 rupees only.
Yeah.
When I went to America for the first time in 2012, it was 45 rupees. when I went for the second time.
Yeah, I agree with you. See, the real problem is, if I were to take the demand and supply route to deciding what the price should be of Indian rupee, how much is demanded and how much is supplied, then you will get not more than 8 rupees per dollar. What these people are doing is they are ad hoc selecting this.
What does that mean?
That means the Reserve Bank says that henceforth from tomorrow it will be this. This is not a market decision.
But if I look it up, it says that's what the rate is?
No, that is what the rate is, what we have told them. We have not said, okay, I'm opening the market.
How do currency exchanges work? Like, how do currencies
No,
decide?
you see, there are currency exchanges like the Americans, which is always available in the market.
Correct.
And they have a back support. If it starts falling, they will come and put some money and like that. But there is something called a fixed rate thing, which the government decides that it will be this. Tell me, if when the government makes it 86, on what basis they do? Go and ask the Reserve Bank. On what arithmetic basis you did, or mathematical base you did. Or can I take Mr. Swami with me and bring him there and you explain to him on what basis you decide these numbers? All are making money on this.
But is this number not collectively decided by the market forces of the world?
No. This is decided in the Reserve Bank.
You're saying it's human intervention.
Huh?
You're saying it's decided by human beings where people sit in an office and say...
They sit there and they'll make out a case and the Prime Minister won't understand a word. Jetli was there, he understood even less. And, they did it. And it's been steadily going up. If your economy is improving so much, as you claim, then why is the exchange rate going against you? Makes no sense. Exchange rate will go against you if the amount of dollars that people want is not sustainable on the rupees that you give them.
So what if the economy is actually doing well, but the
economy is not doing well at all? It's in a miserable state right now and is heading for a major crash.
Then perhaps everyone like me is subject to masterful public relations where we are painted a narrative that it's such a great time to be an Indian.
Yeah, of course. I'm not sure that Modi is going to last very long.
No, but what are some signs of a bad economy?
First of all, the worst sign that you can have is when there is no relationship between demand and supply. Okay. There's a demand for employment, but there's not enough supply.
Correct.
Why? Because the employers say that you got so much regulations that we have to go through that we cannot employ as much as you want. Yes, we would like to that, but we won't be able to manage it with these restrictions. So therefore, I would say you start by saying on a daily wage basis anybody can join, and we'll give them on a daily basis.
It's like freelance gig work, like contractual work.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there are various ways to do it. It's not a problem. I am broadly indicated in a large, not in a specific way, but in my book, the Reset. I've done it. After all the economic reforms that came with Narasimha Rao were supplied by me. And the man who worked under me as my secretary when I was a minister in Chandrasekhar's government was Montek Singh Ahluwalia, and who later became finance secretary. And my economic advisor, whom I chased around Europe, located him and brought him here, was Manmohan Singh. Everybody knows that. And the three of us sat down and he said, we do this. And things started changing. And then Narasimha Rao was so impressed. He wanted me to join, but he put a condition that you have to join Congress. I said, that I will not do. Otherwise, many times the Congress has asked me to join. I said, no, I won't come.
Do you think countries' economies can entirely be revived by economists? I remember
No, not by economists. He must be a politician. He must have that. He must have that touch with the public, that they have faith that this man means business, and he has got a background. I got a background. If tomorrow I become finance minister, and I say, okay, I'm abolishing income tax, there'll be jubilation. Nobody said.
Yeah, there's going to be a party on the streets.
Exactly. And then I'll tell them, but don't waste your money, put it in fixed deposit for 2 years, because I got to survive all this, and otherwise I'll have to reintroduce the taxes.
How do you think someone like a Javier Milei has fared in Argentina?
Who? Oh, I don't know anything. I never look beyond India.
Okay, you never look beyond India, because many people call him Trump of the South.
Yeah, it's okay. India is a very different country.
When it comes to faith, are you a religious man?
Very religious, in the sense that I believe in God, and I expect God to intervene in many times. Sometimes He intervenes, sometimes He doesn't.
Sometimes you have to use the court of law.
Yeah, winning in the court of law is also God.
Yeah, but tell me, does it not make you enemies that you do so many defamation cases? I was just reading up on you.
But now I've stopped because nobody is defaming me anymore. I'm serious. You give me a name, I will be happy to file.
Yeah, I actually wrote this down for the end, but perhaps I'll just say it now. Because you've been around for so long and you've met so many people. If you were to give one word for someone, I just have 10 names. Maybe if you want, we can add more. Manmohan Singh.
A wonderful man, but no backbone.
Nitish Kumar.
Nitish Kumar is a smart politician, but someone who's not good for planning economy.
Okay, yeah. Arun Jaitley.
He's gone. Why should I say anything about him?
Okay. Narendra Modi.
Narendra Modi deserves to be sent to an asylum.
Why is that?
Because what is he doing? I mean, I don't understand exactly what he's doing. Why does he go around this world all the time? He goes to every small country in the world. What for? Prime Minister is not supposed to go. Why is he doing this about China? I mean, say to the public, I can't fight the Chinese, so they've come. Give me 2 years, I will put it all together and drive them out. So, koi aaya hi nahi. What a liar. How can you be such a liar? And it's a lie that has been confirmed now by the government itself by having new agreements of the border being redrawn.
But his approval ratings across the world are so high.
I don't know which year you're talking about. It's not my impression. It's going t. This time, he from 5 lakhs for the first 2 times he won.
1.5 lakhs, yeah.
Only 1 lakh.
Yeah.
Okay, and the party lost his majority.
Yeah.
Then he had to beg these two.
Naidu and Nitish Kumar.
These guys to help you. They are going to leave tomorrow. We are again back down in the dumps.
Since you are such an ideological darling of the RSS and the BJP, let me ask you
I'm
this.
not. I don't know. The RSS never told me I'm their darling. By the way, they think well of me.
Well, if you're thought well of, then what do you think is the future? Many people ask this. It's a speculative question. What do you think is the future where Modi goes out of power? He has to at some point. Who comes in next?
That there's no such rule. There's no way anybody is given an advance indication. We are building you. There's no way. They will see the circumstances and then decide.
Many people think there is a... I don't want to entertain this, but let me still ask you this. There is a secret society, there is like an Illuminati, like a darker triad of people who control the world, who are above governments. Is that true? Is there a shadow state?
I think they are no more secret than a 5-star company, you see. The board of directors will meet and nobody will know what they have decided. So I don't think it's fair to say that. As in nowadays, it's even more difficult because so much tapping is going on. So I would say that they originally, you see, one has to understand the circumstances. In so after our independence, RSS was banned, blaming them for Mahatma Gandhi's murder. They had nothing to do with it. I'm willing to debate this anytime with anybody you want. Call him.
Sure, happy to
I'll
share
tear him
debate.
apart. I'll tear him apart. I mean, he may go crying and cursing you, but the fact is, there's nobody who can sustain this thing. But it's been bang, bang, bang. They killed Mahatma Gandhi. They killed Mahatma Gandhi. Now, yes, they say that this fellow, the chap who shot him,
Nathuram
Godse, he was in the RSS. Well, so many people were in the RSS. There's no such thing as a permanent membership of RSS. Perhaps, yes, if you're an office bearer.
Sure.
But for a member, you come and you go. There were many people in Congress. Sathe, there was a minister called Sathe from Maharashtra. He was a Pakka RSS man. There was one Muslim from Karnataka who was running their railways. He said, I also attended RSS Shaka. It's good for my muscles and all that. So, RSS is a body which, once we left to themselves, they originally were created the Jansangh because nobody was speaking up for them in Parliament. That is all that we were expecting from the political party. Then over the years, the demands became, no, election also we need you, please go and participate in the booth level, this and so on. So that is the thing which has promoted them. But strictly speaking, they don't want power. I am, after knowing them for a long time and not being a member of RSS, but very friendly with them, and they like my ideology and the way I present it and all that. But they don't want power. They want to create a whole lot of new people who, in the long run, would bring about changes in educational system, this system, that system. But they have to survive because everybody wants to hit them. Mrs. Gandhi banned them twice or thrice. Even Narasimha Rao was forced to ban them once. So there's always this pressure because they become a very big bloc. And today it's very difficult to defeat BJP as long as RSS is with them. The RSS goes away and says, no, we are sitting at home. That's the end.
Yeah, and it did happen in the UP elections. That is why they mended their ways with the RSS.
That's right.
We still want to talk about one word for everyone, or one sentence for everyone. Raghuram Rajan.
Scatterbrain, unfit to be put as a Reserve Bank chairman. I mean, what is this? I don't want to go deeper into other things because it's not relevant. I'll tell you after this.
Sure, I will assign 15 minutes extra to just
No, just between you and me.
Yeah, of course.
It can't be put out.
No, not at all, of course.
But he was totally against it. I was totally against him.
Gautam Adani.
Adani is a maestro. He is making a fool of everybody. And he'll come crashing down one day. And he is already on the way to getting crashed down.
What about Mukesh Ambani?
Who?
Mukesh Ambani.
Mukesh is a much more scientific person. He would have probably got a degree from Stanford University had his father not died at an awkward time. So he had to leave that and come. He's a very, I consider him as a very articulate person, very smart, and I've known him as a little boy because I knew his father very well. And
what was he like?
He was friend of a friend, enemy of an enemy. If you were against him, he couldn't bear the idea that I was his friend as it was also of Nasli Wadia. He said, no, you choose between two. I said, I'm not, in a marriage situation that I have to only have one. Yeah. So he got very angry with me. But this man is a much more very sophisticated.
Jayalalitha.
Jayalalitha and I were friends, enemies. A poor woman, she went through hell.
Yeah?
Yeah, she was a very beautiful Brahmin girl, forced by her mother due to poverty into cinema. The DMK was in charge, and DMK, they are real debauches in the first order. They're just. She was many years. She was my very good friend. Then she would fight with me, and then I'll say go to hell, and then she will again call me up. Okay, let's forget the past. So I have known her better than anybody else, and she has been. She was a very bright person, very intelligent, hated giving up studies for the cinema.
Didn't you file a case against her?
Of course.
But as your friend?
Why can I can't do it if if she goes out of her way, I will have to do it.
Wait, you mean you feel compelled to file cases against your friends?
Because she has violated the law.
So you're a staunch advocate and supporter and follower of the law?
Yeah, absolutely. No, and furthermore, she would file a case, suddenly she will put out a arrest warrant against me. So I said, all right, then I'll teach you a lesson.
Rahul Gandhi,
I know nothing about him except that he seems to be like a dumb guy. He's not even an Indian. He's a British citizen.
Arvind Kejriwal.
I don't know, nothing to do with him. When he was with
Anna
Hazare,
India Against
I
Corruption.
found him very obnoxious. So I don't want to have anything to do with him.
Yeah. Did you ever know Khushwant Singh?
Very well.
See, he is someone who really inspired me to travel the by-lanes of Lutyens Delhi because he wrote so lovingly about it. But many people seem to hate him.
Yeah, because you're sort of a frank person. And he has written good things about me. So therefore
you're obliged to say.
Therefore make an exception.
Yeah.
But a man of wit.
Yeah.
A man who had lots and lots of money and didn't need to do all this paperwork. You see, but
his books are fantastic.
I know that.
For someone who can...
I know. Witty.
Yeah.
I would say he was a man before his times.
I was forbidden to read Khushwant Singh. That is precisely why I read him. My father had so many books of Khushwant Singh in our house, and he was like, don't read this. And my first taste of erotica, my first taste of what, perhaps in simple English, India's psyche was, even though it was from the lens of a man who drank his scotch and lived in Lutyens Delhi. It was such a good account. What Indian politicians do you truly admire, contemporary or those in the past perhaps?
I couldn't say that I admire them for everything, but they are enough for me to want to be friends with them.
Mm-hmm.
I would say Nanaji Deshmukh was a wonderful man.
Okay.
Many people didn't like him. Vajpayee hated him.
Mm-hmm.
But Dattoppan Tengri, I don't know whether you heard of him.
I don't know the gentleman.
He created the Bharatiya Mazdoor Sangh.
Okay.
Very self-effacing too. Then there was a RSS chief during the emergency, or Madhavrao Mule, another very wonderful man. Then, of course, the present one, I'm more closer. He's younger than me, so I have a good relationship with him, but not the same way I had with these people who are older than me.
Right.
Then I come down to human beings. I find the only nasty characters was Vajpayee and this man Modi.
But I know for a fact Vajpayee's reels on Instagram of him doing shairi and poetry are so famous, and many people in the BJP also frame him in a very nice poetic light, where he was the paragon of Indian polity, where he could not paragon, like he could really be very sensitive and give rousing speeches and be very friends across the aisle, that kind of a way. Why do you hate him so much?
I wouldn't call it hate. I would say dislike much more. I mean, I didn't want to do anything against him. And I knew him in the early stages. He was very nice to me, but Soon I started finding out some things which I can tell you about, which made me put distance. And he hated Nanaji Deshmukh, and he one day made it easy for me, saying either with him or me. You can't go do politics with both of us together. So I said I prefer Nanaji and left the house. He was a man who had a girlfriend when he was a young chap. And his father, that is Vajpayee's father, said, she's a Kashmiri woman, I will not let you marry her, and you can't go around with her. So he moved him out to Kanpur to become a RSS Pracharak. Then from there he came to Delhi and became an MP of Jansangh. In the meantime, this lady, having been known, having moved with Vajpayee for so many years, and nobody wanted to marry her, so the parents married her off to a very old man who later became the Ramjas College some junior position. That's where Vajpayee met this lady again, this time as a member of parliament. And old love is old love, so he persuaded her to come and live with him while his servant will be, while his her husband would live in the servants' quarter of the house given to Vajpayee as an MP, which is in Ferozshah Road. And this I found disgusting. And his wife was a very nice woman. I mean, not wife, his mistress was a very nice woman. I knew her and I spoken to her. She explained her difficulties. And so on. And, personal compassions can be there. But this is Vajpayee that I was really against. And that led to war, fight, and so on. Then I became a hero in the emergency, and this man was writing apology letters to Indira Gandhi in the emergency. And so that's where the break came.
When it's been a while, but did politics not corrupt your soul? Because I know it's a young man's question, कि मतलब politics कैसे लोग बुरे होते हैं इस तरह से, but I generally think that some people are pure evil, and I'm sure you must have encountered that.
I made a lot of them, and I will say very clearly today that Modi is perhaps one of the most evil men I've ever met, and I didn't know him before that well. I knew him, a man who came to pick up my luggage from the airport or, arrange my speeches in Vidyarthi Parishad and beg me for getting him to get in the good books of Obama when he was chief minister, you see. So now he's a different man. Now I know really what he is. He's Jekyll and Hyde.
Have you ever been censored by the current government?
I wouldn't know, because there's nothing to censor. It's all open. Yeah. I say what I like. There's nothing that I hide. I have no weaknesses that they can trace me on.
What do you think? I just have a few more questions. What do you think is, in your opinion, your greatest achievement?
Well, I mean, there's so many things that I am damn pleased with. What I did in economics, particularly in the index number theory, which is a joint paper with Paul Samuelson, the greatest economist of the 20th century. And I was also a student of the founder of the national income or GDP, Simon Kuznets, another great economist. I was a real darling of his. Did my PhD thesis under him. So that period, where I was a star, young star, everywhere. People talking about how India is now changing. People like Swami are coming and all that. So Harvard has, except the fact that they had a Indian studies group, which was hostile to me because they were left wing. But the Department of Economics was a real joy for me. I came most reluctantly, and I said I must come back to India. I came back, and then of course Mrs. Gandhi wouldn't let me stay in IIT. They sacked me. After 21 years, I won the case and I got my seat back. I went and joined it for 1 day and got all my back salary at 8% interest.
Yeah. You also have often talked about black money and corruption in politics.
Yeah.
It's been a predominant issue. It certainly was an issue with which Mr. Modi came to power because they
He was
used...
not sincere. So
Sorry?
he was not sincere, but he came to power with promising to do.
Sure, because when even I was growing up, I would see A. Raja's photo on my Times of India paper every single day.
That is my what I did in the courts of India.
I would just say this. I mean, he looked like a very simple man, and he was always on the top left of my school newspaper. You would have to read him every single morning. I would say, A. Raja, 2G scam, A. Raja, Spectrum, A. Raja. I think it ran for so long that the most prominent figures I remember seeing in newspapers when I was growing up were Suresh Kalmadi and A. Raja. Yes. I remember their faces and names so distinctly. And then a few days ago, I think I was watching Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha TV, and I saw A. Raja sitting there. I was like, you have been through a lot, my friend, to end up there. But... I think I'm led to believe you're a straight shooter, but many politicians are not.
Yes.
In your opinion, how rampant is this corruption in the political classes? How bad is it?
Well, I would call something a corruption if you take money in reply to their asking you to do something.
Correct.
I can say I've been 6 times to Parliament. Twice I lost. So for the 8 times I got money by just putting my hands out. People gave it. There are people who are willing to give it. Provided they know that you're not using their money for your girlfriends or going abroad or something like that. And so my view is that India must encourage people to collect money openly, give a record of it, and lead a simple life. But it becomes very difficult when you come straight out of the Jhopadpatti or the slum, and then suddenly you are minister and you're going in a beautiful car and all that, and you don't want to give up that position, and then people start coming and buying you. That we'll do this for you, we will arrange your future, this, that. People get corrupt. I want people who knowing that they can be smashed by a road roller should come to politics. I mean, after all, making our country a great country is something much more than getting a Nobel Prize.
How can we I know for a fact that if I have a team and I give them financial incentives, they work harder. How do we incentivize young people to join politics? And this is one of those things that, one random co-opted kid is going to ask this question to every politician that visits this college. Hey sir, how can we join politics? But it's a very nothing really happens.
It should be in the teaching in schools and so on. They're doing politics. As a compulsory language we have for up to the class 10 at least. So I tell them this is how Mahatma Gandhi went to London and he got a degree and came back and gave up everything. This is how Ambedkar was. These have to be inculcated. Not Jawaharlal Nehru or Rahul Gandhi coming in T-shirt. What is this? Even
T-shirt. What's wrong with this T-shirt?
No. It's not an Indian dress. You're going to Indian Parliament. At least for Parliament, you go in kurta and pajama. You see, there's some people wearing tie. I mean, this waiter, he's all the time in a tie. That's why I call him waiter.
Dr. Swami, thank you for spending this late afternoon with me and answering all my questions. It was a sincere pleasure to talk to you, and I think that you needlessly suffer from a reputation problem, where people think
I
that you're
don't
out
care
to get
about
someone.
my reputation at all.
Yeah.
I just don't care.
But
So don't make that as a issue. I'm not going to improve on that.
no, I'm saying when I speak to your critics, when I read about you, it is so bad.
They're understandable because they don't want me to come up. I will be undoing of their thing. And then there are people who's, for instance, Mr. Modi has financed so many people. So, therefore, I would not worry about that. It's you don't feel sorry for that either.
I'm okay. I completely dismiss that statement. I only said it because when I was telling my friends and other people that I was coming to, have a podcast with you, like, oh my God, how will you handle him? He's so controversial. And so, like, I just was coming from.
Controversial is a cheap language. I mean, used by everybody, not knowing the meaning of that.
Yeah. What does it mean? It just means someone that is.
No, it's something that you are not going with with everybody. You are saying something contra.
It's contrarian. It's
contra.
Okay.
I say no, the Chinese can be defeated. Controversial.
I see. Well, I did not know the etymology of that word, but I want to thank you for your time.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's been very pleasant to speak with you, and thank you for answering all my questions. And
Yes.
of course, people already know you. You've got like crores and millions of followers on Twitter. But in case you wanted to get more doses of his pithy insights on the world, you can follow him on Twitter and other platforms. And yeah, it was a sincere pleasure to speak with you.